In this particular video, my friend, I'm going to show you how to get out of your comfort zone. Dimitri here. Let's get right into it. The number one key thing to understand is that time is money. But more than that, there's something extremely peculiar about this thing called time as a currency. Unlike other currencies in the world, the currency of time cannot be reprinted. Once you spend it, it's gone. You cannot go back to the bank or to the printing machine and say, I'm going to print some more time. I'm going to find a way to actually recreate time. This is not something that works with this thing called time. There was a particular story that I heard a few days ago. A gentleman was having lunch with one of his wealthy friends. And the wealthy friends simply tells him that yes, over the past few days, something crazy happened. And he asked what? He says, I made some bad decision, and as a result, I lost all the money that I used to have. And the friend was completely shocked. He said, but if you told me that this was your situation, I would have simply canceled this meeting. I would have come to your place so we could actually find a way to strategize your next step as far as getting back to the top is concerned. And as a matter of fact, why are we even sitting here? And the friend was now shocked. He said, but why are you getting all upset about this? To calm down. I am money. My mindset is such that I can always make more money. So this is not a problem. My consciousness is money. So if I lose money today, I'm going to go out tomorrow and make more money. So don't worry about it. Here's the funny thing. He was talking about money as we know it. Money as a currency. But when it comes to time, there is no way you can say to yourself, I'm going to go and simply waste all this money on X activity that does not actually yield any return as far as investment is concerned, and think that yes, you're going to simply go out there and simply recreate another opportunity to simply regain the time you have simply wasted an opportunity. That's not going to happen, because time is a currency that simply tells you that yes, you have to be wise in how and where you invest me, because I'm not going to come back. You may try through technology to create this process of actually de-aging yourself or simply recreating time. You're thinking that yes, this is possible as far as life is concerned, but as far as this thing known as time is concerned, you can never recreate me, and that's simply the bottom line. And this is the number one key thing that you have to understand. And moving from there, the next step to understand is that the strength of your currency, the strength of how you use your time. So basically, how you spend your time, your habits, your routine, and your rituals on a daily basis determine the strength of your economy. If your routine are weak, if your habits are weak on a daily basis, if the rituals around your life are weak, my friend, therefore your economy of your life is going to be weak, because the strength of your how you use your time determines the strength of your overall life. Just think about it for a second. In any field of life, when you look at the people at the top, you're going to see that the habits, the routine, and the ritual as far as what they do is concerned are completely different. They have a different mindset when it comes to how they wake up in the morning. They have a different mindset when it comes to how they use the time. They have a different mindset when it comes to saying no. They will say no to you without even blinking. Why? Because they are focused on what actually matters to them. You're not going to come to them and say, my goodness, today let's just go coffee. They'll say to you, no, because I have a priority I need to attend to. You may say that we all have practices. No. We have different kinds of priorities, because as far as my time is concerned, when I say that this is my priority, everything has basically disappears. Everyone has disappeared, because this is my number one priority. And here's a funny story. A few years ago, an employee of Warren Buffett simply went and asked him, please, Mr. Warren Buffett, how can I actually go from where I am right now to the next level? He simply says, yes, write down on a sheet of paper your top priorities, and beside that, write also the other priorities that you have in your life. So he did that, and he simply said, yes, now I'm going to ask you to simply do one key thing. Focus on your top priorities, and everything is simply, you can simply cross it off. It does not exist. Simply get it out of your mind. And what wisdom beyond that simply that, yes, if you really want to go somewhere, then you have to focus on where you are going as opposed to where you don't want to go. Because many people, when it comes to how they use their time, they're going to say that, yes, this is my number one priority. This is the goal I have as far as my life is concerned. This is my vision. But when you look at actually how they use their time, how they use basically the time in the morning, you're gonna see that they are basically non-existent routines, non-existent rituals, non-existent habits. So basically, one day they can wake up on the left side of the bed, the next day they can wake up on the right side of the bed, and basically it just basically happens how they feel. But when it comes to how you use your time, you have to be more intentional. Oh, that's absolutely key. And the third thing I want to share with you is simply the following. A few years ago, I was spending time with my grandpa. As a matter of fact, I was not the only one. The whole family was there, including my dad. And I was spending time in his compound. And I was back in Africa. At one point, he simply stares into the horizon and said something that left all of us shocked. He simply said, I see you living in a different country. I see you living in Canada. We were shocked. Time and space froze around us. Then, when we regained our composure, we looked each other in the eye as if to ask, did you know about this vision? And of course, by the look on everyone's face, no, it was a completely shocking news. And to make matter even more interesting, my father was sitting next to my grandfather, never said anything. He simply heard what was actually shared, but he never said anything back. And my grandfather simply kept on moving. It's only in hindsight, when this vision came to be manifested, that we realized that this man has simply gone up to the top of the house and seen the future and simply said, no, I need to have a bird's eye view of the situation. I need to have the bigger picture as far as my family is concerned. And as far as what I'm seeing right now is concerned, I can see that the habits right now in this particular place are not going to take them where I want them to go. The rituals right now, basic and where we are right now, are not going to take them where they want to go. Oh my goodness, the routines on a daily basis is not going to take them where they want to go. The environment in which they live right now is not going to be conducive to manifesting what I see them achieving as far as the future is concerned. So he spoke that into the atmosphere. And just like that, he spoke that into existence. Back then, we never understood exactly what he was trying to say. Why? Because back then, we were comfortable with life where we were. We were so comfortable that we did not see that the very habits, the very environment that we're enjoying were slowly and softly killing us. In order for us to reinvent ourselves and to manifest the vision that he had in mind for us, we simply had to remove ourselves out of the equation and put ourselves in a totally different environment where we're going to now have access to a new currency as far as time is concerned. A new currency was going to give birth to a new habits, new routine, and new ritual. And that's exactly what happened. So why am I telling you this precept? First of all, time is a currency that you can reprint. Why am I telling you that time is a currency that determines the strength of your economy? And why am I telling you that, yes, as far as my life is concerned, we had to go through a period where someone simply had to just propel himself into the future and simply say, no, as far as this time is concerned for this family, I can see that this is not going to be conducive. The strength of the economy is dictated by the strength of the currency as time. And the currency as time right now is basically non-existent. They're basically killing themselves softly. So I need to just propel myself in the future and see a new terra nova for them. And that basically how slowly but surely we came to where we are. But let me just, before I actually move on quickly, let me just say one key thing. We were comfortable where we were back then, but of course we were blind to, oblivious to certain things that were basically detrimental as far as the future is concerned. Having said that, there are many people I still know up to this day that still live in Africa and are living extremely well. So basically, the lifestyle, the level of life has nothing, is not comparable to what you will see in the western part of the world. So I'm not saying that, yes, in order for you to experience the best life, you have to relocate yourself to any part of the western world. Absolutely not. That's just one key clarification I have to make. Going back to the presentation. But as far as your life is concerned, when it comes to how to get out of your comfort zone, here's the one key thing I'm going to simply kindly ask you to consider. If you've been enjoying this video, please make sure to share it with as many people as possible. And of course, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that next time we put together a video, you can be amongst the first one to see it. Alright, now back to our presentation. Consider exploring the terra nova around you. Consider exploring the new environment around you, the environment next to you. Become simply curious about the other possibilities around you. Instead of simply focusing on what you've been doing so far in your life, just become curious as to what other people are doing as far as how they use the time on a daily basis is concerned. Because once you start doing that, it's simply going to slowly but surely expand your mind when it comes to the opportunities and the possibilities out there. That's number one key thing. And once you start doing that, I'm going to ask you now to do the following as far as your life is concerned. Just think on paper. Say to yourself, today I'm going to take my time for the rest of the day to simply try to imagine the future I have in mind for my life. Put it down on a piece of paper. Write it down on a piece of paper. Go back and forth throughout the day, just thinking about where you see yourself 50 years down the road as far as you are concerned yourself. Number one. Number two, as far as your family is concerned, now try to think about 75 years down the road. Where are they going to be in about 75 years? Now, as far as the next generation is concerned, try to imagine where they're going to be in about 100 years. And then based on that, now ask yourself the key question. How are you using your time right now? Or are you using the currency of time right now? Is it going to be conducive to manifesting the type of future you see for yourself in 50 years? Number one. Number two, how you use your time, your personal time right now, is it going to be conducive to manifesting the type of future you see for your family 75 years down the road? Last but not least, ask yourself the key question. How are you using the currency of time right now? Is it going to be conducive to manifesting the type of future you see for your family in about 100 years from now? So in about 21, 24, do you see that the decision making right now are going to just propel your family to the next level, or simply going to lead them to a place called the ditch? Or you are basically slowly or softly killing your family, killing your time, and by doing that, simply compromising the future you so desire for your family. Alright, I'm gonna stop right here. But before I go, here's the one key thing I would like to say. Yes, you are significant. But in order for the significance you're carrying to be manifested, you have to be intentional. And you have to be intentional, more specifically, with this thing called time. Time is the currency, and the strength of your currency determines the strength of your economy. And the only way for you to actually start changing how you use your time, the currency of time, is by simply being intentional. Start looking at basically how you use your time on a daily basis, your habits, your ritual, your routine, more specifically, becoming intention to start looking out there what others are doing. And from that point, go back to the drawing board. Ask yourself the key question: 50 years from now, 75 years from now, 100 years from now, do this habit, do this ritual, do this routine that I have right now, or basically how I use my time. Is it going to help, or is it simply going to kill the vision I have as far as the future is concerned? All right. And if you need help, my friend, please just reach out, and we're going to help you switch something in what you do on a daily basis to help you just propel yourself to the top where you so belong. Much love, everyone.